Hi everybody, I'm back again with another recipe, and today we're going to make homemade bounty bars. I have been eating far too much during lockdown. Too many cakes, too many biscuits and too many bars of chocolate and bits of crisps and packets of this and packets of that. So I really wanted to make something that was going to be, it's not wholesome, but it is going to be better than a shop bought version, because it's all going to be whole ingredients that go into it, and then I can have them in the fridge, and then I've got something to reach for when I want something, and I'm hopefully then not going to be reaching for these shop bought biscuits and cakes that actually before lockdown I wouldn't even have had in the house. And they are full of things like palm oil, which isn't great, and lots of different ingredients that you probably couldn't even pronounce. So let's get started. It's got very few ingredients in, which is great. So the first thing we've got is a cup of coconut, and these cup measures are really good, and all the sort of American recipes will use cups, but you can easily use a cup from home. So not your biggest mug, but something that was a kind of, you know, like a sort of medium-sized mug would be the same size as a cup. And then we're going to have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So it just keeps the flavours the same. I'm just going to turn this down, it's a bit hot. It's all quite melted at this temperature. Coconut oil is really, really good for you. It's an antifungal, and there has been studies that have shown that it has actually aided weight loss. I'm not sure in bounty bars whether it would aid weight loss, but I'm willing to give it a go. A pinch of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, I'm just going to guess, and then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, which I'm just going to go and get. Okay, so we've got 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then we're just going to whiz it all together until we have it that's kind of blended into a bit more of a paste. Oh, I haven't added in the coconut oil yet. So there we are, we've got our coconut oil now is all melted down, and it's not expensive to buy coconut oil anymore. It used to be when it was kind of all the trend, but it's not that expensive anymore. So I'm just going to give this a whiz round. Until it's kind of like a paste. So I think we need a bit more whizzing. So as you can see, it's been blended enough that it's all sticking together. So I'm using a dessert spoon to take out some mixture, and you can make it into whatever shape you want. I'm kind of trying to get it a bit like a bounty shape, and then we put them in the freezer to set before we put the chocolate on. So there's one there, and I'm just going to keep going and shape all the rest. Okay, so I've shaped all my little bounty bars. This one was a bit littler than the others, so it'll have to be a tester. You can obviously double up this recipe, you can triple up this recipe, so you make as many as you like. So I would suggest try it out first, check you like it, and then you can make as many as you like, because they store in the fridge quite happily for a few weeks. So in this pan here, I'm going to pop them into the freezer, and in this pan here I'm melting some dark chocolate, and I've added to it a little bit of coconut oil. Now the reason I add coconut oil to it is it stops the chocolate from setting brittle. So you know when you eat something and it's really annoying because the chocolate all splits off and falls off onto the floor and you lose half your chocolate? By adding a little bit of oil, and it can be coconut oil, which I think goes with everything, but you can equally add a little bit of sunflower oil. Just a small amount will stop your chocolate from setting absolutely solid and brittle, and they'll be much more pleasant to eat and easier to eat. So I've melted that, and I'm just going to let that cool for a little while these go into the freezer. Okay, so these have been in the freezer for about 10 minutes, not long, and I'm just going to pour my melted chocolate over the top of them. So I'm just popping it into the thing, pouring the chocolate out, and then I'm going to pop them back on the tray. I think the difficulty will be waiting for them to set and not eating them as they go. So don't worry about the chocolates come off the sides. You can always neaten them up if you want to when you're finished. So the idea is now to only eat one of these a day. And these should last me 5 days until I make something else. Or I could eat them all in one go and be disappointed in myself. So I'm not sure what it's going to be. So here we are, we've got them all in chocolate. You can always wait for them to set, and you can double chocolate them if you want. So that's quite easy to do. You just pop them back into the freezer, let them set, and then do another layer of chocolate on the top if you want your chocolate a bit thicker. So there we go. These are all covered in chocolate now. And what I like to do is to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on it. And sea salt goes really well with chocolate because it allows the chocolate to taste sweeter than it is. The salt sort of offsets the chocolate and allows it to taste sweeter in your mouth. So there we go. I will put them back in the freezer. I'm going to double chocolate them, and then I'm going to let you see them at the end. Okay, so here we are. I've dipped them twice into chocolate, and I've sprinkled some sea salt on top, and they look really lovely. So I'm just going to pop them into this box here, and I've got my little tester there so we can have a look inside and see how it looks. I think I might have to bite it. There we are. Oh, they're delicious. So we are, Bounty Bites. That's my one for the day. So hopefully, I need to hide these, I think, and these will last me a week or so. And I reckon you could roll them into balls and make them smaller, and they would last a bit longer. But I think next time I would double the ingredients. So I really hope that you enjoy these and you can make some of these for yourself and have a really nice treat.